darlings, welcome to another broadcast of The Curious Mind of Raquel Cotta. I am your favorite mermaid mystic. How have you been, darlings? Now listen, I have taken a reprieve, and it's because hopefully you can't see it, but I told you that the little feral, I've been sharing the story on my Instagram, and I got ringworm from the little black feral kitten that I rescued. And so we're going to the veterinarian tomorrow, and I went to the doctor on Saturday, and I've been trying to stay off camera because it's entirely on my face. Do you understand? And so I thought about not doing a video, and then I thought, you know what, this is my true life, this is what happens in life. And I will tell you what sort of happened in regards to me attracting ringworm. Now, as you know, prior to this particular little feral kitten, which he's all black, and I do believe he came from, I think my son sent him, or the universe, you could say the great creator, because I really needed to understand and learn all about boundaries. And spiritually getting and having ringworm is very much a violation of boundaries. And so I feel as though Spirit's been trying to teach me that I must and I have to require boundaries for people, things, animals, all sorts of notions. And so it's been a very wonderful understanding lesson, not one that I have wanted. However, I know that being a spiritualist, and that what you put out will always come back to you, right? So what you perceive to be true. And so the more I was looking at it, I wanted to share this with you because I thought it might be helpful to some of you as well. So now I had rescued and spayed, neutered, and I completely take care of the 14 kittens. Well, they're not kittens now. I always call them kittens, but they're all grown cats now. But 14 ferals, I've had them spayed and neutered, and I give them lovely food and always provide for them, holistically, flea treatments and everything like that, off my own dime, which is fine. However, I feel that I'm done doing that. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that I'm rejecting and abandoning things, but there comes a point when you must lovingly say no so that you can say yes to yourself. And I know this is what Spirit was trying to teach me. And so that I need to have boundaries. I need to know when enough is enough. And I cannot keep taking on energies and different scenarios and situations that are not mine to carry. They're not my burdens to carry. And so because of my abandonment issue that I had many years ago, I thought that it was completely done and finished, but obviously the universe felt otherwise. Now, the reason that I do say strategically is, the reason that I do share with you that I say, oh, everything that you project out always must mirror back, because when I moved in with my parents, okay, and I'm not blaming my mom, but to a degree I allowed this to infiltrate my thinking and my subconscious mind, and consciously not being aware of it because I was being rebellious, is that I've always gone barefoot. I mean, I'm always barefoot, okay? And my mom, when I moved in here, Jeffrey and I moved into her house, right, her cottage, she would constantly be on me all the time. You're going to get ringworm. You're going to get ringworm. And I'm like, Mom, it's not, ringworm is not, it's not a literal worm. It's a fungus. It's a fungus. And I said, I'm not going to get ringworm. And she said, yes, you are. You're going barefoot. You're going barefoot. You're going barefoot. I feel like that's Beatrix Potter saying, barefoot, barefoot, barefoot. Remember the little book? And so in my rebellion towards her, because I was like, no, I'm going barefoot. I like to ground, that must have seeped in where I also struggle with boundaries with my mother. Okay, this is also coming up with, it's a mothering wound. So I wanted to share that because I thought that, in her saying that, it was clarification there. It was signifying to my subconscious and my conscious brain out of rebellion, and I attracted ringworm. Okay. And I think that it's very interesting that when Neville talks about, I necessarily didn't believe that I would get ringworm, but because I had such an issue with rebellion and having that healing mothering wound that was coming and rising to the surface, it's lately, and if you've been watching me on Instagram, I've been sharing stories about it and about the female women in my life and all of that sort of thing. This was very, very much had to play out that way, because that has to do with boundaries as well. Allowing other people to infiltrate my way of thinking, especially me being a channel. I think this is spirit saying, no, close off that, and you must have a boundary. You cannot, freely just constantly always be open for all of these other energies that are invading your privacy, And so, so I thought that would be sort of interesting for you to listen to, and I hope that this served you. So I've been doing everything. It has not spread. I'm doing everything holistically, but I also, because my parents are older, and if they get ill, it's not good. And because I'm living in their home, and there's frailties and all of that, they're near 80 years old, so I have to be very, very careful. I went ahead and got the oral and the cream at the doctor as well, rather than just doing it. If it was just me in my own home and knowing that I sanitize everything and all, is that how you say it? Sanitize. I probably would have just done, my doTERRA essential oils, but because I'm doing them in conjunction, because I have ailing parents, I need to be careful. And it's highly contagious. So I'm doing all of the precautions. But I thought that I would share that with you, because I thought that it might be beneficial to someone out there, understanding if you've ever gotten ringworm or a fungal, it has to do with boundaries. So let's all keep our boundaries, and I'm going to do a bit of spell work, just keeping my distance and all of that, and that I will heal properly, which I have been doing, and, I'm doing all the precautionary measures. So I thought that I would share that with you. All right, now let's get on to business, shall we? So I wanted to chat about first of all, the next one's coming up is about Katy Perry and her husband. What is his name? Oh, Katy Perry's husband is I'll tell you in the next video. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember what his name is, but apparently they're on the rocks, and there is a divorce coming. So today's video is going to be all about, I had a slew of people wanting to understand, Raquel, you predicted that Justin Baldoni was going to win the case, and what's going on? What's going on? Oh, you said many times, what's going on? Okay, so I want to pick up on the energy of those people, the Justin Baldoni, as well as the Blake Lively, and all of those in let me put, because this has loads to do with money. For some reason I picked up my rose quartz. I wonder why I picked up the rose quartz. Okay, so I want to talk about what actually happened with the court case. Okay, so the one, I don't really know exactly in details about what court cases, but reading the comments underneath my particular post, there was a couple of comments that people talked about, oh, well, he could still win this particular hill if he refiles, and on and on, A to Z, you know what I mean? Yeah, so what I'm gathering, okay, so first of all, I'm gathering that because I see the justice scale in the courtroom. So this is showing to me that the judge was just. Yeah, very just. That's interesting. Justin. Okay, so now I'm gathering that the judge saw Oh, okay, yeah. So the judge was looking at these cases, because I guess there's more than one, because why would I say that? There's more than one case. And he was saying, he's thinking to himself, this is not looking very good for Mrs. Lively, because it seems as though I'm hearing it, she doesn't have empathy. That this is on the stage. This is a performance. He has this leniency, and I'm feeling as though he is seeing Justin as though, oh, okay, so he's going to recoup and he will repair his reputation. It will actually work really well for him. See, this is the same type of energy that I'm feeling as before. That the judge felt that it was too much emotional stress for Mr. Baldoni and his family. So he's including the family here, is what I'm hearing. That the judge is empathetic, because there's a lack of empathy on Mrs. Lively's side. So he felt as though, oh, why did I hear that? I think the judge knew also that Lively has attorneys in her pocket, because that's what I'm seeing, a denim pair of blue jeans, okay, trousers, and I'm seeing the pocket in the back, and I'm seeing like a hand be shoved into the pocket. Confirmation there? Oh, did the judge know that she had attorneys in her pocket? Because I'm hearing like, I'm going to nip this in the bud. Like, this is ridiculous to make all of this exhaustion is what I'm hearing. This is exhausting. This is absolutely exhausting. We need not do this. This need carry on in such a manner as this. So I'm supposing, hey buddy, I'm supposing, that was Constantine. I'm supposing that Justin may refile. I don't know which cases that he left though. For some reason, the judge really has empathetic nature towards Justin Baldoni and his family, because he feels as though, but why wouldn't he have it though, spirit, towards Blake? Blake has children as well. Oh, because of the pocket, because of deep pockets. Yeah, but doesn't Baldoni have deep pockets as well? Okay, so, but I'm hearing he's emotionally not as strong. He's becoming very, very weary, and his reputation will still, his reputation will still survive. Actually, it'll flourish, because I see flourish. Because I see a flower like blooming. Oh, this is bringing it back to bloom. Was there a character in that book? Because I'm seeing flowers. Why am I seeing like blooming flowers? Because it was called It Ends With Us, that movie. Oh, the judge. Okay, so this is what I'm gathering. The judge knew through reading over all of the documents, he could see, this is on his own, because I'm seeing him like a little older man. I don't know what the judge looks like, darlings, but I see an older like judge he's got the cape on and everything. Is that what you call it? Like the robe. And he's sort of looking down over his glasses, and he's thinking, oh, this didn't bloom like as a garden would bloom with flowers, because Mr. Baldoni did not was not receptive to her advances. So it didn't bloom the way that she wanted it to. And he could see that. Now, he's not said that, obviously. That's a personal approach that he's looking at this. Because I can see him with one of those, you know, those old fashioned in a library with the gentleman, like particular, you know, a parlor or an office or a den, and it's got the beautiful old, like from a lawyer, it's got the old green, beautiful brass lights, and he's looking at this over himself, reading it, thinking, oh yeah, I can see that she actually. So he feels as though he did the right thing. He justifiably did the right thing, because I'm hearing spectacle. Like, we don't need to continue with this spectacle. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is a fight for people that are more so Mrs. Lively, that is creating a spectacle of the justice system. Oh, okay. Okay, but why did I pick up this one? This is about money, and this one's about love. Why did I pick up those, Spirit? Oh, okay, yeah. Because that's really what it is. It's an example of the struggle there. Money and love. Can we learn to be equal? Oh, okay. So I feel as though Spirit's saying, let's not overcompensate the justice system with clogging it. Just because you have the money to do it and the means to do it does not always mean that it is justifiable. We need to remember to have love and empathy, justice, balance over chaos. That's what it's saying. Balance over chaos. Yes, we understand money's a part of it, but we need to have balance over chaos. I feel like that's the reading. Okay, let me ask this, Spirit. Is Mr. Baldoni going to sue and continue forward in the other lawsuits? Because he's going to have to refile, is that right? Okay, so I do feel as though, because he's going to want to make a point. Oh, but I do feel as though they're going to settle. They will settle. He will file another lawsuit, but it will be more under the radar. And yeah, because I do feel as though Blake is like, yeah, well, I made my point. And he's thinking too, Mr. Baldoni is also saying, I made my point. We both made our points. So, oh, okay. So I do feel as though this, Mr. Baldoni though, feels very, very proud of himself, because I'm seeing him in a particular yoga pose, sort of like a very feminine yoga pose. And it's as if he's saying this, I'm showing my masculinity, that although I'm sensitive in heart, I still do have a backbone, regardless of what other people think. So just so you know that, I am a masculine man. So this is proof that I've done it, because I'm not going to lie down and allow people to mistreat me or create this. Okay, because at the beginning he was very naive. I'm seeing pink, and I'm seeing very like soft pink, okay, which means feminine. So maybe he's thinking other people thought I was just a pushover, but I proved that I'm not a pushover. Yeah, they both made their point. But Blake is going to, yeah, because I'm seeing, because, why did I hear up in flames? Up in flames. Oh, yeah, okay, because Okay, yeah, so I'm seeing that the ashes, I'm seeing, okay, so I see a fire that was burned out and it's got a heaping of ashes, okay? Baldoni's walking out and he looks fresh and groomed and all of that, and his clothes are completely clean, okay? But I see Blake coming out of the ashes as well, and she is, her hair, confirmation there, her hair is a mess. It's all looks like straw. She's got smut everywhere and her clothes are all, confirmation there, hiccup, they're all tattered. So this is how they're both feeling. Justin is, thank God they did it, so we didn't really have to, I didn't want to keep doing this. Thank God it just got dismissed. He does feel like, ugh, but also that it's actually a blessing in disguise is what I just heard. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm going to still fight again, but it won't be so widespread and so non-glamorized or glamorized. Are you saying non-glamorized? Yeah, non-glamorized. So sparkly and in the news and in the press. You know, they might catch glimpses of it, but it's going to sort of die down, you know, just like the ashes. It will just die down and just, you know, ember out. Is that all? Is that all? That is all. Toodle pip.